Hey everybody, I'm Dean Sage, and we're going to do a deck interview for my deck, the Sage Oracle. This is one of my favorite spreads to do when I get a new deck. There's 6 questions that I ask. The first one is, who are you? Second one, what is our adventure? Third, do you have advice or warning for me? Number 4, what can I expect from you? Number 5, what are you about? And number 6, what is our journey if I listen? So the way that I usually do this is I take the deck and I will cut it a few times just to kind of get it all warmed up. Usually I'll sleep with them under my bed for a couple nights, and then I'll kind of give them a nice good shuffle. And then I check and select 3 stacks, and we're going to kind of let the cutting choose the cards for us. And then I'll go over a little bit of what appears in the book, The Sage Oracle, about the different cards so that we can get a sense of that. And the Sage Oracle is available in paperback, in hardback, and it's available for free on Kindle Unlimited right now. All right, let's get our first card here. All right, we have number 12. So this is 1-to-1 for the major arcana. So we have number 12, wait, surrender the truth. So this is, like I said, this is in the major arcana, and it is 1-to-1 with the tarot. And we have surrender. So surrender is the pursuit of that which is true about yourself, even if it means sitting in silence as the sage must. Surrender is actively pausing on your journey, allowing yourself to be open to the influence of others, to the words or songs that surround you, to alter how you perceive, how you speak, how you communicate, to finally connect with the voice within you that has been telling you the truth all along. So if we take the question, who are you? I'm kind of feeling like this is saying it's a moment of reflection, a pause maybe, a chance to stop for a second and listen, surrendering to the truth. So I think this is kind of calling out, the deck is going to be about ourselves and how we can understand the inner truth that we've already gained, we've already gleaned from ourselves. So this deck, right now, at least in this interview, is telling us that it is a surrender to truth, to being, to understanding who we are and where we are, what our place is in the universe. I like that. Who are you? You surrender. Like I said, this is a 1-to-1 for the tarot. So this would be the Hanged Man, number 12. And this is a chance to just stop for a second, look at things from a different perspective. So, who are you? A chance to surrender, to wait, to see, to learn, and to experience the truth from a different perspective. All right, so we're moving on to number 2, advice or warning. Number 2, what is our adventure? Here we have the source of seeds. So seeds, this would be pentacles in the tarot. The source would be the queen. So this would be a 1-to-1 for the queen of seeds. You will find peace when you stop searching. So our adventure, what you will find peace when you stop searching. I'll kind of pull up in the minor arcana, there's the balanced and unbalanced cards. And then in the court cards, we have the seeker, sentinel, source, and sovereign. I've gone ahead and removed gender from the tarot cards as best that I could so that it was a little bit more fluid and wasn't held to any kind of gender norms or standards. You can read in feminine and masculine energy to the cards, but I wanted to kind of make them have a place without that, so that if that's not something that you really feel or resonate with when you're doing your readings, it's not there for you. So you will find peace within when you stop searching. The source of seeds emboldens you to sit and experience the vibrant and massive ball of life upon which you exist. The earth is more than dirt and rocks. It is an entire biome, each piece helping each other to grow, to live, to die, so that others may have their time as well. When you are still and connected to the soil, you realize that the work is already done, and that you already have the peace and security you work so hard to achieve. So what's our adventure? So this is another sort of sitting back and understanding what's happening, what's going on. It's another way to wait and surrender. So our adventure really is one of inner understanding, inner journeys. The source is where you realize the lesson of the cards, the lesson of the suit. So in the case of seeds or pentacles, it's a matter of safety and security versus fear. So once you understand that the sense of safety and security really comes from within yourself, you become the source of seeds. So this is really saying that if you slow down and stop searching outwardly, you'll realize that what you need is inwardly already there. So I think this again is another moment of waiting, of peace, of settling, and thinking through what you already know to be true. All right, so we're going to go on to advice or warning. Okay, we have another major arcana. This is number 11, defend. You are called to defend the actions you take. So this is an interesting card. So this is the Justice card in the tarot. So defend. It's a matter of being able to voice what you think about your own actions. So it's not so much an accusatory, but it's a matter of being able to discuss who you are and defend it, to offer an explanation of it to others, to let others see why you do what you do. So if we look in the book, we go to number 11. Defend is the air that gives you lift, or the storm that casts you broken upon the rocks below. Karma is as good a word as we may have, but you know what you know and that you do. But you know that what you do, the actions you take, will be called to account in one fashion or another. You are an actor. You are an authority who orders your internal world and lays paths out for others. Those actions will be defended when the time comes. You do not act with impunity, a boundless authority that none may question or call to account. Defend is the clear chance for you to look within and assess what you have wrought and allow yourself to feel the joy of those actions or grieve the missteps you have made so that you may release them along with the fear, guilt, and shame that tries to weigh you down. Defend actively understands who you are and by what it is that you have done. It is not a state, but a moment. It will come again and again. So I like this. So it's basically saying you're going to learn some truths, and the advice or warning that they have is that you need to be able to release those. You need to be able to defend the good things, and you need to be able to release the bad. So it's a chance for you to take inventory of yourself, and using that inventory, you can release those things that are not productive to you, that are not helpful to you, and then you can hold on to those things that are. So the core pieces of your foundation and personality that really makes sense to you and really hold you together, it gives you a chance to defend those, to really bolster them and shore them up and make sure that they're part of your core identity. And then the others, the ones where you have made mistakes or still need to grow or still need to overcome, you can release those and try again. So you're not stuck with one defense and that's it. That's the only thing that you get. So this isn't kind of a end of life make up for everything that you've done wrong or done right. This is an ongoing chance for you to take stock internally and to defend what you've done so that you can understand the mistakes, so that you can understand where you've gone astray and be able to bring that back in and bring that back to your core self that you're trying to build. So I like that. All right, moving on to card number 4. What can I expect from you? So for these, I take the shadow cards. So let's flip those over. And we've got the Two of Flames. So Flames is the suit of wands in the tarot. So this would be the Two of Wands. Let your flames spread so that you see the path. Let your flames spread so you see the path. So we'll go ahead and take a look in the book for the Two of Flames. So like I said, the suits are either balanced or unbalanced. So there's two types of meanings that they can have. I didn't really put reversals too much into the deck, but I think that when you pull the cards, you'll be able to feel whether or not that energy for you is balanced or unbalanced. But if you do like to read reversals, then the same thing would hold true. If you pull a card in reverse, then the balanced and unbalanced meanings would help you with that. I'm gonna read a little bit from the balanced meaning. Flames are meant to burn, and you have realized that your own flame must grow or it will burn out. Each flame is ready to spark another, to share its beat and light to set others ablaze. You know that one light cannot show a path, and you must spark another light so that you can see the direction you can travel, what lies behind the curtain of shadow. From the first spark of idea or creativity, you now draw power from the possibility of the next step. To get there from here, but you can take care with where you send your light, ensuring that it does not burn out alone, cut off from your powerful blaze. With care and planning, you send your light into the world, looking for the next step along this path. So, what can I expect from you? Direction. I'm definitely hearing direction. You have a purpose, and the deck is here to kind of guide you on that purpose, to show you a path, to show you a way. So to take ideas and creativity and move it into action, into direction. Maybe not a completed thing. I think the completed parts of the suit are when you get higher, when you get into the 8s, 9s, and 10s of the suit. That's where the flames really become something real, something physically manifested. The Two of Flames here, like the Two of Wands, is more about that direction that you can go in and being able to light your path. Because the darkness is scary, and it's hard to see your way sometimes when you're stuck in that darkness. So the deck here is saying that, we can expect to have light, to have direction, to have guidance, to have creativity, sparks of ideas, but things that can be followed. So not just flashes in the pan, but things that are actively out there to be experienced, to be found. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, we're going to move on to number 5, which is, what are you about? And this is kind of an amorphous question. But I just generally try to ask the deck, what does it feel like? And here we have the Ace of Storms. So Storms is the same as the suit of Swords in the tarot. So this would be the Ace of Swords in the tarot. The First Breeze. So the aces in all of the 4 minor suits is about the first. So if this is a storm, a suit of storms, then the very first thing that happens with a storm is a breeze. A very light breeze starts to flow. So we have here the first breeze, that initial moment where things start to become. I'm going to read from the balance section. Your mind soars through a clear and warm sky. You are one with your thoughts, and clarity pervades your mind. You see the entirety of the journey laid out before you, and you have the wind at your back. For those who perceive divinity, inspiration falls from above just as the warm air currents hold you aloft. Epiphany and breakthroughs are possible as you cut every issue to its core, understanding the parts of the whole. The potential for new ideas and revolutionary understandings flow through you and around you like a tailwind. So I'm definitely hearing that the deck's here to kind of help push us along. It's going to give us that first bit of motion, that first bit of biting, maybe cold air that we need to clarify, to think clearly. I always hate how the Suit of Swords sort of is maligned within the tarot. I don't think of it as always being bad. So I think that there's a dual nature to a storm, and it's very powerful and wonderful and helpful, but it can also be very destructive, as we've seen with recent weather events. So there's dichotomy, duality to a storm. And here I think the deck is saying that not everything that we experience is going to be easy or be simple, but the deck is here. It's about helping us walk that duality. So it's interesting that the Suit of Swords comes up when I ask the deck what it's about. So there's a duality, I think, to what we're going to experience when we use this deck. All right, we're gonna move on to number 6. What is our journey if I listen? This is always important because you don't always have to listen to what you're being told. And sometimes you miss a lot of things that way. So here we have the Sentinel of Seeds. So this would be the Knight of Pentacles in the deck, in the tarot deck. Do the work that now needs doing. Do the work that now needs doing. So there's very much an action. The Sentinels, the Knights are about activity, action, movement. And here it's basically saying, do the work that needs to be done right now, because that's the important work. So we go to the Sentinel here. The Sentinel Seeds encourages you to act upon the careful planning you took the time to develop as you begin to master the patience and perseverance to build upon the earth a stability to raise you up. Hot sun shines down on your work and sweat drips from your downturned forehead. Your care and purpose are focused into every small movement you make. You have learned to direct your actions with slowness and patience that they may build a strong future. It's a very nice way to say that it's a lot of hard work, but when you get there, you get there. When you reach the journey, you achieve the journey. So what's the result of our journey if I listen? Hard work, but good work. And they're seeds. When we plant seeds, things grow from them. That's why I like the Pentacles. That's why they're the first in the series for me. They represent the root chakra, because we're planting things in the ground. We're creating security and safety, using the ground itself to do the work. And here the Sentinel does the work. So whereas the Seeker, which would be the Page, will be more about understanding what a garden is going to look like, what possibly could grow there, what you could possibly plant, how things interact. It's a very knowledge-based. The Sentinel says, okay, it's time to do the work. We're here right now, we're gonna do the work. So yeah, I like that a lot. If we journey together, if I pay attention to what the deck is telling me, then it means that we'll get the work done. A few things I just wanted to kind of mention about the tarot, the oracle, is that, again, it is a 1-for-1 for the tarot. So there are 7 cycles that represent the 7 chakras. So we have the root chakra is green in this case. We have the second chakra is waves, all right, or the suit of cups in the tarot. You can see they have that pretty blue that goes on there. And then we have flames, which represents the 3rd chakra, the sacral or chakra, or sorry, the solar plexus chakra, where all of our movement comes from. We have the 4th chakra, which is the heart. In this case, it's storms. And that's because the heart represents joy and despair, joy and grief. And your heart can feel both, and it can kind of cut between those two, and it's like a storm that brews. And then we have 3 more cycles for the throat, the 3rd eye, and the crown chakras. And those are based on the archetypes. So the throat chakra is like talking to people. They're the archetypes. They are a kind of indigo color. Let's see if we can find one. Here's one. So this is the creator, number 3, the creator, which would be the same as the Empress in the tarot. And it has kind of this indigo color. The next 3 are the actions. And so that's where we have things like surrender and defend that you see here in this purple. And then finally with the crown chakra, we have kind of a magenta. And these are like the aspirations, the things that we grow for. So this is a renewal, which would be the same as the star card. Today's rubble becomes tomorrow's gems. So you have that kind of growth into something greater. And that's what the crown chakra represents. So if you enjoy chakras, there's a large chakra underpinning in the book. I go through what that means in more detail, so you can kind of use that system if you like. You can use the cards like a tarot, and you can use your own interpretations like you would for the tarot, bringing your own understanding of each of the cards over. Or you can use the messages that I've given you as a way to kind of cut through some of the meaning and maybe get to something a little bit more specific more quickly. And then the book itself, there's 2 pages per card where we go over the meanings, and then we'll have questions. So if you like to journal or you like to have something to respond to when you're doing readings, there's questions that you can have. And then I give a summary that kind of relates to how I feel about the card, how I think about the card, and kind of some of the things that it means to me more personally. The cards are available. If you go to showyourdeck.com, you can get access to the cards, to the book. Like I said, the book's available on Kindle Unlimited. It's also available in print, on paperback and hardback. This is the hardback edition that you're seeing here. So you can see it's printed on the cover, and it is cream colored pages. I don't know if that's going to come through on the video, but they're cream colored pages. And then the deck itself is printed on a plastic. They're similar, to the feel of like a playing card, but they're a little bit thicker than that. I tried to find a good cardstock that wasn't too expensive, so something that would kind of cut through the two. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and look forward to hearing from you. You can also get access to weekly readings that myself and my friend Jack do. It's called Show Me Your Deck. It's available on podcast streaming services everywhere. And if you go to showmeyourdeck.com, you can get links to the podcast there as well.